And here's our next piece of Danish delight from Brüel Kjær, a Distortion Measurement Control Unit type 1902. Now this is actually, I'm not sure if it's any use at all by itself. It seems to be paired with a larger unit that it would sit on top of. It would sit on top of another unit, which is type 2010, I believe, something or other, which provides frequencies which go into the back of this. It's got an oscillator in it, which go into the back of this, and this then generates two frequencies, which then come out here, and that would go to whatever you're testing, and then some sensor or microphone on that would go into the other unit underneath. And they're locked together in frequency by virtue of the fact that this gets its frequency reference from the other unit. And it has different modes of distortion testing: harmonic, difference frequency, intermodulation, and this here controls the difference between the two frequencies that this generates from the reference frequency put into the back of it. So you can create two slightly different frequencies between 20 Hertz and 2 kilohertz difference, and control the output, and you can turn off or on one of the or other of those two frequencies. It looks like in intermodulation mode, which is what we've got there, this is only one of the frequencies. So maybe in that mode it does generate its own tones, but from what I can gather, the diagrams I saw in the user manual, which is only about 8 pages, seems to indicate that everything that comes out of this is based on the incoming reference signal, which goes in the back here. Into these three, and there's something comes out there as well. This is the brochure for the user manual for the Distortion Measurement Control Unit, and you can see it's fairly complex, and its behaviour depends on the mode it's in, but the output coming here always comes from these modulators and filters which run off a VCO, but there's always this external signal from the type 2010 unit. So I think that's why I can't expect to get anything sensible out of this thing. Heterodyne analyzer type 2010 needed with this thing, so yeah. So I might try connecting it to an oscilloscope and see what happens. I might even try sticking a signal into there from a generator and see what happens, but first let's have a look inside. I think I'll just undo those. Looks like to go. Wow, a lot of stuff in there. Power supply section up the top. And we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 removable circuit boards. With stuff like that on them. That seems to be a copy of it. This one's something to do with the two different oscillators perhaps. And this one, I don't know, they are some sort of transformer, I imagine. Interesting connector there. Not a printed circuit board finger. And the bottom ones. heat sinks. Again, doesn't say, no description on there, no English description of what they are, just the part number. And this one looks to be similar but different. Got a date code there. 1976. $1975. But it looks like probably 1976. I may have had a repair. Oops, that's not how you do it. And the last one, pretty busy. Again, looks like some repairs have been done, or they just didn't wash the flux off when it was made. And a bit of a motherboard, a bit of circuitry on the bottom down there. Some power transistors here. Their power supply or output amplifier. So on the bottom, there's your big motherboard. And underneath that plate there is nothing of any great interest, just a bit of these wires going over the points underneath. Oh well, let's stick it on the oscilloscope and see if it does anything. Well, it turns on, but I can't get anything that looks even remotely reasonable out of it. All I get is this hash. Fiddling on these things causes a disturbance in the hash, but so nothing comes out of it under any conditions. Even feeding in an external signal around the back from this thing, any of the inputs, I can't get anything that looks like the 1 kilohertz I'm sticking into it coming out. So I think that thing's had the dick, but it was interesting to see what was inside of it, wasn't it? Maybe not. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Give it a like if you did. Catch you later.